Hello, friends. Today we have very interesting guest, and it's Georgina Kyriacou. Hello, Georgina.
Hello, hello.
And topic is confidence and personal branding at any age. So, Georgina, tell me please your story.
So my background is in the beauty industry. So my parents were also hairdressers. And so I started working in the salon probably what do we call it? Very young, like unpaid labor, right?
Okay. Okay.
So I've been in the salon and around beauty and hair and makeup and all of this since I was very young. I officially started 18. So now it's going to be 21 years.
Oh, wow.
I know. It's so funny. I was thinking about it the other day and I was like, we don't hear many people say that they've been doing something for 20 plus years, right?
Yes.
But also I'm lucky because my mom, she was a hairdresser. So I almost, I inherited all of her knowledge also. So I had legacy info, let's say. So that's been really beneficial to my career. So together, you could say plus 40 years of experience in the industry, right? So I'm very grateful for that. So yeah, I've had a really amazing career so far. Really, really proud of that. And I've done so many things inside of that world. Makeup artistry qualifications. I've always been into psychology, how to get inside the brain of my client to give them the best result. Also, when I was in England, when I was younger, I did a lot of theatre work. So in theatre, we say you can be a triple threat, which means I can sing, I can dance, and I can act. So I've done a lot of stage work. So that gives me like a really beautiful foundation for confidence, public speaking and being on camera and being on stage. It's second nature to me, right? In unison with all my beauty experience. So yeah, I have a very vast background.
So you was living in England?
So I was born in England, and then until 14, my dad is Cypriot, my mum is English. And then we moved to Cyprus when I was 14, so 2001.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's been 21 years now.
Do you like Cyprus more or England?
Oh, definitely Cyprus. Definitely. I love my life here.
Can you tell why?
Okay, so I think, for one, it's safe, and it's a beautiful lifestyle. I really love to be outside in the nature, aside from my work. So for me, Cyprus has everything. It has the sea, the mountains, different things if you want to travel or go experience many different things. Skydiving, scuba diving, skiing, it's so diverse and in such a small area. So it's very easy to get to all of these things. I also love salsa dancing. So that's very easy in Cyprus. We have a beautiful salsa community in Cyprus.
Very good. What about food?
I love food. I love all food.
I know.
I love everything, honestly. Yeah.
You're also cooking, you told me. Yes?
Yeah, I really like cooking. Yeah. I think, I find it really strange when people say oh, I don't like cooking just for one. I'm like, I would cook for me so many nice things because I enjoy so much to eat good food, Yeah. Yes. So, and I put a lot of love and energy into that. So, yeah.
What did your professional journey look like before becoming a confidence and image coach?
I started hairdressing when I was 18 and I was working with my mom. So my mom is really highly qualified also. And when she had her salon in England, when she came to Cyprus, she was like, I don't want another salon. And I was at the beginning of my career, and I was like, come on. We could have a salon. I'll run it. You just be there, and enjoy it and everything. And she was like, okay, fine. So that was our agreement. So even though we've worked together all this time, it's always been me who has been pushing and deciding, and we've always had a collaboration. I've always we've always discussed everything, how we would progress and move forward. But yeah, I was always the one like, I have this idea, shall we do this? I have this idea, shall we do that? And she's like, oh god, okay, let's go.
Yeah, I know that you're very creative. I can see it. And also, I didn't prepare this question, but I want to ask you about your connection with your mom.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to work with your mom so many years.
I think it's very challenging to work with family, but also I think it's a blessing, because when you work with family, they have to love you, right? So you can get away with, some much more tension than maybe somebody that you employ or somebody who is your colleague. That's a little bit more difficult. You have to approach that in a completely different way, but when it's your family, I think you can be a bit more expressive, and they know you, and they will still honor you, and they will still have your back no matter what, So it's a nice combination, working with my mom, and also, employing and working with other people as well. So yes, it's good. I would say it definitely is difficult, but I think leadership in general, when you have a team, is quite tricky. So it's a skill set that you have to learn to navigate, you just, it's way of life, I think. Yeah. Communication skills are always important, always.
Very good. Where's the turning point in your own life that inspired you to help women transform their confidence?
I think I've always done it. So even when I was hairdressing, even when we had our salon, my clients would come in, and, a lot of them were businesswomen. Even when I was younger, they were mothers, they had families, they were always juggling all of these things. So I learned very early on that they want efficiency, right? They don't have time because they're splitting their time in many different directions. So I kind of learned that skill very early on, that I was like, okay, I need to be really good, I need to be really efficient, and I need to make them feel as great as possible so they can go out and conquer the world. And then they come back in 6 weeks and we do it all again. Right?
Yes.
So, that's always been my methodology. So even when I was doing a lot of mindset training, a lot of international courses about mindset, personal growth and development, my main objective was thinking, how can I get inside my clients' wants and needs and desires and deliver them, even when they might struggle to tell me what they really want. And the ultimate goal at the end is to make them feel great. Job done.
Yeah.
So that was always my direction. That was always my passion. It was like consultation, get inside their mind. What do they really want? Ultimately, we all want to look and feel amazing, so how can I do that? How can I help them with that? And it really just developed over the years. Of course, it was their hair, but when you're a hairdresser, you have such close contact with your client, you're also, I was doing a lot of mindset things, like I have so many beautiful examples of conversations that I've had with my clients, how I've helped them. Okay, many of them, they come in and they were like, my husband is driving me crazy, and I'm like, okay, what have you got? Like, let's see. And I was always like, balanced and fair, and I would always help them, calm down.
Yeah.
And, because obviously I want them to be happy, and of course they love their husbands. They just needed to vent, and they needed to figure out a problem, and then they would go out and they would be good, and they would feel good. They would be like, yeah, of course, I know, I remember, I love him, I know, okay. Right? Even with the kids, I've had so many beautiful clients. They told me so much great hacks about how to be a mother, right? And I'm like, that's insane. That is so clever. Like, one of my clients, she has 4 boys. And I was like, you should write a book. Please write a book. Because the things that she told me, fascinating, like so many things. Also, like, I was doing a lot of nutrition.
Yeah.
Because when you're a hairdresser, you don't get to eat, right? So you always have to have the fastest, most nutrient dense food so that you can keep going, right? So I've always been on that vibe as well. So I was always into, what can I take vitamins? What can I take supplements? And then I would buy them. I would have them in the salon. My clients would come in and I'd be like, there's some vitamin C, you need that, take it. You know, or there's some electrolytes, you need it, we need it, take it, let's take it together, right? So I was always doing these things. Or one time I was into Jason, the juice master.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of him?
No.
He's very famous. He's American. And he does a lot of juice diets, let's say. But they're mostly vegetable juices and things like this. So it's a lot of spinach and kale and, you know, a lot of alkalining your body because a lot of people are, you know, too acidic and things like this. Anyway, so I remember one of my clients, she came in and she was saying to me, you know, oh, I cook for my family, but I can't be bothered, you know, and if there's not enough left for me, I just won't bother eating. Let me help you. Like, what about if you do a juice, right? She was traveling.
Yeah. And
she's very active, very sporty. She does kayaking and mountain biking. She used to turn up on her motorbike like she was killer awesome. And so that's why she really liked fast things, fast results. And when she was traveling, she got meningitis on the brain. And in adults, this is almost deadly, right? Anyway, so she was in hospital. I didn't know. She told me this afterwards. She was in hospital and her mom was coming in and bringing her the juices. And it was one of the things that she accredited to her being able to recover, which I thought was amazing.
Yes.
You know, I helped somebody with something that could potentially have saved their life. I was like, this is powerful.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is like information that we need to share, you know? So I was always telling them, you know, nutrition is important, plays a role in your skin and your hair, you know, and anything that I did, it was always part of it. To making them vibrant and feel better and have energy. You know?
But it's also, you know, what good that you can listen your clients what they need. And find solution for the problems. It's very good.
I couldn't help it, honestly. Like, I would have been a lot easier job if I was just one of those typical hairdressers, you know, just, okay, put your color, okay, dry your hair, finish, go. But it's not my personality, you know, it's just, I've always had this ability to be like, I can see what needs and let me help, like, you know, let's do it, right?
Very good. Very good. Did you always know you wanted to work with women, or did this evolve naturally?
I work with both men and women.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see.
My men clients are generally quite shy, right? But you know, they're getting more confident slowly. But yeah, I do work with both, even hair, and I've also done like some men makeovers as well. Like, I had one client, he had a job interview. And he was like, okay, I need help. Like, I want to look good, you know? So we did his hair. I helped him with his skin a little bit. I took him shopping and I dressed him.
Very good.
like from base up. So I was like, your shoes are a little bit, we could enhance them, you know? He had a nice suit, but we got him a new shirt, some new underpants and a new aftershave. Like, honestly, all of these things, they play a role, right? In how you go in and how you feel and how you ultimately present.
Yes.
Right? So, yeah, that's really good. I love helping men. For me, men is actually easier than women. But I like both. Honestly, I like both. Yeah. I start with color analysis. Have you heard of this concept?
I heard, but I don't know.
It's quite old. It's from the 70s. Like, the original book is really quite old, but it's quite an in-person thing. So, I mean, AI and obviously everything will eventually be able to be completely online. There are workarounds that we have. But so it is possible to do a color analysis in person and online. So basically there's 4 seasons. So we check your skin tone and we see which season complements your skin tone.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the foundation. And then with that information, then we check, you know, do we need to alter the tone maybe? Or we can do a makeup I love like getting into somebody's makeup bag, you know, and checking like, okay, how can we like enhance their makeup, eyeshadows or blushes or contours, and how can we, you know, make that so that it's also on your tone. Because what happens when everything is in alignment with what suits you, you shine. Or if you wear something that can drain you, you know, so there's the contrast there. So we always want to be leaning towards whatever suits us, whatever makes us sparkle, right? Then everything else becomes effortless. So yeah, once we have the color analysis, we can analyze your hair, your makeup, your clothes. I love to do a wardrobe reset. That's one of my favorite things, you know. So we organize, okay, what has to go, and then we can say, okay, so this is my wardrobe, this is what I have, what essentials do I need. I like to tie that into personal brand as well, especially now everyone has a personal brand online, right? So then I like to tie it in with their like logo or their color theme for their business.
It's very good.
Yes, you know, I have my blue diamond. That's my HairCare Cyprus logo. Work within or wear that color palette, you know, then it just makes it really effortless when I'm posting like images or videos or content, because everything is already branded, let's say. It's just so much easier.
Nice. Actually, I did not think about it, how it can connect this color of your skin or of your hair and brand. It's very good.
It's a life hack.
Great. Looking back, what challenge shaped you the most?
I would say leading a team, that really challenged me a lot. Like, that was a new skill set to me.
Was it in beauty salon?
In the salon, yeah. We had, at one point, we were 4 hairdressers, 2 beauty therapists, you know, a lot of clients coming in. I was managing the whole salon and doing all the online. Okay, online wasn't so big back then, but I was still doing a lot of content, you know, on YouTube, on Facebook. We didn't really, Instagram wasn't a big thing back then, but Facebook still was, right? So I was doing a lot of content, and I was managing the salon, and so team dynamics. I think as a leader, you need to have the main objective. What can we do that's going to benefit the team? Whereas a lot of leaders, they're still very, this is good for my business, this is where I want to go. Take in their feelings, how they've, you know, what's going on in their personal life, you know, it all plays a role. And this is quite hard to juggle, you know, when you've got like breakups or kids problems or parents or, you know, So I would say that was my biggest challenge, learning team leadership.
You often talk about women becoming invisible.
When we're young, we're so confident, right? We're loud and fiery, and our personality shines through. But as we get older, I think society and, you know, pressures, family life, they get you tired, you know, you get exhausted, and you kind of stop shining like you did, stop expressing yourself as you used to, you know. So I noticed that a lot, and that was kind of one thing that I always wanted to help with, you know. It's like reminding people how awesome they are and how beautiful they are, so that when they look in the mirror, they go, I feel great, and give them their shine back. And that kind of like gives you more confidence, you know, especially when you can look in the mirror and go, damn, I look good, right? That's the best feeling. And that gives you confidence straight away, because your reflection doesn't lie to you, you know? And I noticed like a lot of people, they're very hard on themselves. You know, they look in the mirror and their self-talk is very negative. So, you know, that was one thing that I was always like, you know, don't be so hard on yourself. Be kind, be nice to yourself. Like, you wouldn't be so hard to other people how hard you are on yourself, you know? So, I noticed that, and I was always like an advocate, like, you know, to bring their shine.
You mentioned that you have many businesswomen, yes? Why do so many successful women still struggle with confidence?
I think they get burdened down by their responsibilities. You know, there's only so much hours in the day, and they slowly get to a place where they put themselves last. And yeah, this really diminishes their confidence. You know, they don't give themselves time or attention or give themselves recovery, you know. So yeah, I think this is how I noticed the slow decline of confidence, how it's actually little daily inputs that help you rebuild it, let's say.
Yeah. Do you need to break?
I'm okay. You want to dance?
No. I'm okay. You help women build confidence and their personal image. How are those two connected?
How I see it in my mind is when you enhance your image, let's say, when you do all the things that bring out your natural beauty, it kind of can create a positive feedback loop. So you're going to look in the mirror and go, yes, I look good. I like myself. I love myself. I care for myself. And then it's like a good input. And then your mindset starts to shift. And then the output is confidence. That's how I see it. It's kind of like this kind of loop. So that's why, like with my work, when I work with my clients, I like to start externally, because it's the easiest and fastest way to create a positive feedback loop that helps you make some slight tweaks, and internally your mindset begins to shift without you even realizing it. Right? Yeah.
What role does personal style play in self-confidence?
I think it's the biggest. Yeah. Because, your personal style, it's your expression. Who you are, you know. And I think a lot of people now, when they're trying to express themselves in real life, and now we're also online, you know, you really have to have a knowing and an understanding of who you are so that you can translate that, right? So I think it's really important. Somebody online, and then you meet somebody in real life and it doesn't match. Like, this is one thing that I'm just like, who are you trying to kid? You know? Why would you bother? Like, it's, I don't know, it doesn't sit well with me, you know? I do my best, and I hope it comes across that what you get online is who I am in real life also. You know, that's like, I think it's key. You don't want to be bamboozled. You don't want to be catfished, you know? You don't want to, especially professionally, when you're going to potentially be spending some money with this person. You want to increase trust and likability online, because that's like your shop window, let's say, especially if you're in business, so that when they meet you in real life, they're like, oh yeah, it matches. I can trust you. You're not lying online. You're the same. And I think it's really important.
Why is personal branding no longer just for business owners and influencers?
I think, especially with the rise of online dating, we do have like an online personality, persona, you know, and we use it for everything now. You know, our online presence tells people who we are before we get a chance to meet them, whether it be LinkedIn, whether it be YouTube, whether it be Instagram, or, you know, TikTok. You know, you're telling people who you are before they've even got a chance to meet you. So then when you do all these networking events or corporate engagements or, you know, social gatherings for friends and family, whatever it be, you want it to be cohesive.
So it's good for everyone, is it?
It's really good for everyone, I would say. I think it's the most important to be as authentic as possible, honestly, because this is what builds likability and trust, especially with your clients, you know. Even if people aren't really into mindset or subliminal messaging or whatever, we all feel it. We can all smell it. If somebody's lying, we can tell, you know. You know, a little thing goes off in the back of your brain where, like,
something wrong.
There's something wrong here. I don't feel like they're telling me the full truth. So this is why authenticity, to be your most authentic self, is really important, because you want people to not feel like that when they meet you. You want people to like you, trust you, to get on with you, especially in business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You created the confidence challenge. How did the idea come about?
I don't know how open your audience are to this, but I'm really spiritual, and I've been working on my connection for quite a while now, like minimum 5 years, I would say. And it's getting very strong, to the point where I get like messages like daily, like, you could do this, you could do that, you could do this. And I'm like, okay, obviously you can't go down every rabbit hole, but some things hit me and I'm like, should I really do that? So we call it divine inspiration. I got the inspiration and I was like, I could do a confidence challenge. And I already had the full program in my mind, right? And then I questioned myself and I was like, do people want it? Really? But I understood that when I created a content day for business women, and I said, I will do the hair and their makeup, and we'll go to the photo studio and we'll take some nice photos for your brand. And I offered it to a couple of clients who I thought would be really interested. They all said to me, like, I'm not ready, I don't feel confident. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. Like, that didn't come through.
Yeah.
I feel like it's needed, to kind of get people to a place where they are more confident. And or even I spoke to people and they said to me, I don't need a confidence challenge, I am confident. And I was like, I don't think there's any limit to learning.
Yes.
So even if you learn something little, it will help you. Right? So I asked and I was like, should I do it? And they were like, do it. If you do it, and if nobody takes part, at least you will learn something.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, done. So that was my inspiration for the confidence challenge. And I was like, okay, let's just go for it. Let's just do it. 2 minutes daily inspiration for 2 weeks. So 2 minutes every day for 2 weeks. And it was like a daily little challenge. So it was 2 weeks of daily inputs, and then the output would be your confidence.
Nice.
Yeah. And
2 minutes everyone can find.
Exactly. And it's still live now. So even if people want to run through the program, they can do it. And I've also created a workbook as well. So they can print it off and they can, journal a little bit and watch the videos, go back through the challenge, and cool. So I'm still going to develop it, and I might run it again if people want to do it like a daily. Some people need, the daily kit.
Do you mentor them or not?
If they want to, yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of people, they'll take on the information and they need to sit with it for a minute before they move on to the next step, which is totally cool. You have to honor everybody's timing, everybody's got their own lives and things that they're into, and, so yeah, whenever people are ready, it's there. I always like to create something that is evergreen, so it's like people can pick it up and put it down as they need to. It's not something that they will ever lose, it will just, they can have it for always.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What happens during those 2 weeks?
Magic. Honestly, it was pure magic.
I like your vision.
It was amazing. So many things. So I had a few people who they have their own businesses, and I asked them to also have an input for the challenge. I invited them to do either a live session in the group or a video or some tips, some hints, whatever. And it was really magical how, in their own way, they contributed to the group, right? But also the biggest thing was what they got out of their contribution, So that was amazing to see. I think it was quite a quiet group of people, let's say. Everybody was quite shy, right?
Yes.
But honestly, I just applauded them for just being there and being in the group. And, you know, even if they weren't active in the group, commenting, whatever, even though you do get the most benefit when you're more active for yourself, everybody just does it in their own time. You know, so I had like a lady, she came into the shop and I said to her, "You're in the challenge, but I don't see you commenting. Like, come on, like, take part." She's like, "I'm doing it by myself." And I was like, "Okay, of course, absolutely no problem," you know? So I think there was a lot of instances like that. Also, like afterwards, like people said to me, "I saw your challenge, like it looked really good." And I was like, "You're welcome to do it. It's there if you want." And they were like, "Think about it." Right? So even if it just sparks a little flame in somebody's imagination, it's there to serve whatever is needed. Yeah.
What kind of transformations do participants experience?
The only way I can put it into one word is magic, right? It's like they learn things about themselves that they didn't believe was possible, you know? And it's like it sparked a flame, the flame turned into a torch and they ran with it, right? So that's how I envisioned it, that people were just going to get inspired and it would affect them in all the different ways. One of the biggest achievements for me was my mum. She took part in the challenge and she was so active. Also, she was always commenting and like obviously we would have conversations privately also. And she was like, "It's amazing." She was like, "And I did the thing that you said and it worked." And I was like, "Yeah, I know." So, and just her confidence, you know, like even afterwards, she was like, things that she would normally not have the confidence to do. Like I say to her all the time, like, "Oh, why don't you do this thing?" She was like, "No." And I was like, "Why not?" She was like, "I don't know." This is like a key sign that it's a lack of confidence, right? But, you know, people don't identify it like that. But then after the challenge, I said something to my mum and I was like, "Why don't you do that?" And she'd be like, "Got it." And then she'd come back to me and she'd be like, "I did it." She's like, "I did it." She was like, "It feels great." You know? And I was like, "That's amazing." She was like, she said to me, "That confidence challenge really helped me." And I was like, "That's amazing. That's what it's for," you know? So even if it didn't help anybody except my mum and Laura and me, like it was worth it. Honestly, it was amazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think it was one memorable success story. Yes.
Yeah, it was my mum, but also my friend Laura. She was also very active in the group, and she told me like she got such a boost from it. Like she's dealing with a lot of personal life, you know, issues that we all go through. Unfortunately, her mum passed away a year ago. So, you know, she's building herself back up again because that's a big knock, you know. And I'm really proud of her. Like she did amazing and it's helping her process all those emotions. So what surprises me is that I could never have guessed. You know, you can never anticipate. You can never assume that you know the outcome. I think this was the most amazing thing. Like when people were asking me, "Why are you doing a confidence challenge?" And I was like, I got the inspiration, I followed it, and they were like, "Are you making money from it? You know, what's your objective?" Like it doesn't have to be so I have to make this amount of money from it and I have to affect this amount of people. This amount of people need to be in the group and blah, blah. And like, I didn't even check who came into the group. I just put it out there. And honestly, my intention was in any way it can help you, great. My job's done. You know, that's it. That's it. So I definitely am a big believer in karma. So this was me putting out as much positivity as possible, and I know it will come back. Like I have universal credits in the bank. You know, that's how I see it. Light in the bank.
Nice.
So yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
What advice would you give to women who feel they have lost their identity after becoming mothers, wives?
I'm a very logical thinker. I use my diary a lot, and I measure everything. So I don't believe it's possible to succeed if you don't know how long things take, right? So I measure, how long does it take me to do that job on my task list, you know? Especially us women, we have a task list that never ends, right? And we have like a diary that is full of jobs, but they're unrealistically timed, honestly. So I started timing everything so that I could be hella realistic of what is actually possible to achieve in a day, you know? So whether it be kids or work or whatever, if you want to add anything in to your daily life, to your daily habits, to your daily timetable for you, you have to know that there is actually space for that, right? So I'm so practical and logical in this approach. Like, you have to look at your timetable daily, weekly, monthly, and say, okay, if I realistically want to go to the gym 3 times a week, that's an hour and a half times 3. Do I have space for that in my calendar or not? And then don't get surprised when you don't achieve the goal because you didn't have space for it. You know, it's the same with your health, with nutrition, with grounding. Grounding practice, I think now more than ever, is so important because we're constantly surrounded by technology. You know, we need more nature, we need more grass, we need more ocean, and we're so blessed. We live so close, right? But it's very easy to still spend the day at your laptop and then you're tired and then nothing, you know? And then say, okay, I know that I need to, I don't know, go for a walk 20 minutes. Where is the space for that, right? And I think that's the only way that you can really achieve things when you're busy and overwhelmed. You have to be realistic with the timing.
Can confidence be rebuilt after divorce, career changes, or major life transformations?
100%. Absolutely, like without a doubt. I don't think it's ever too late to work on yourself. By the time you're done, it's time to leave. You know, so no, there is absolutely never a wrong time to work on your confidence, work on your mindset, work on loving yourself more, you know. I think even more so, I think when you go through these big life changes and things didn't go the way that you planned or the way that you expected, it's the most important time actually to actively work on what are my inputs so that my output will be I become more confident again.
Social media can be inspiring but also damaging. How do you see its impact on women confidence today?
We need to be very aware of what we consume, whether it be your diet or into your mind, and social media is a big part of that. You know, when we are on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, you are consuming, and I think you have to be the policeman of what you consume, because everything that we consume has a vibration, whether it be positive or negative, and you want it to be as inspiring and as positive as possible. If you're consuming negative information, it's not a surprise when you don't feel great. Oh, I have to be careful what my kids are consuming. And also we have to be also very conscious of what we accept. And I think algorithms play a different part in this. Like, personally, I came off of Facebook because I didn't believe that the algorithm was serving me. So I much prefer Instagram, because it only shows me what I like, and more of the positive things that I enjoy. Like, when I look at my feed, it's all my favorite people, it's all inspiration, it's all ideas, it's all my favorite things, right? Same with my YouTube. You know, I like to take long form content, but it's all inspiring. It's all inspirational. It's all information that's going to help me be better, grow better, expand my mind in a positive way, you know? So this is really important, really, really important.
Why do so many women compare themselves to others online?
This is a huge topic. This is quite hard to put into a small little caption. comparison is the thief of joy. This is a really popular saying. Have you ever heard it before?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you've got to be very conscious of who you're comparing yourself to and why. I did a talk recently for a Business Women's Society, and this was one of the topics, actually. It's like, for me, I never compare myself to anybody else, really. The only thing I worry about is, will future me be proud? A lot of people say it now, right? So I hear this a lot, but that's the only person I strive for. That's the only thing I look to. And the only other thing I would say is, if you see somebody that has something that you want, that is evidence that it exists. So for me, if there's evidence that it exists, there is absolutely no reason why I can't have it. And so I'm never going to be jealous and be like, oh, that person has it and I don't, or I can't. For me, if it exists, that means it's available to me. Yeah. How can I get it? Yeah. Right? That's just how my mind works. So I used this example. One of my friends, she's a businesswoman. She's fabulous. She's beautiful. And one day she wore this suit. It was a beautiful baby pink suit. And I said to her, I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. Where did you get it? Right? And she was like, oh, this shop, blah, blah, blah. She was like, do you want me to take you? I was like, yeah, let's go. So we went to this shop and it was stunning. Like, everything in the shop was amazing. And I explained it to when we were doing the talk, and I said, look, I could either look at her and be like, oh, that suit. Oh. Or I could just go, it exists. Where can you buy it? So I can buy myself one, right? Yes. So, yeah, it's how you perceive things. And I never compare myself. I never use this language in my head. I never put myself down. I just think, if I see something that I like, it's evidence that it exists and I can have it if I want it. Just how do I go about it, you know?
Do you follow some star or celebrity?
I love Layla Hormozi.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously. Who doesn't? I follow a lot of spiritual people also. David Guillaume, I follow. I really enjoy his content. Zoe, she does human design. Lewis Howes, I love. Jay Shetty, you know, all of the like my feed is full of inspo. Like these are the things that I consume on a regular basis. Yeah.
Very nice. I just follow Shakira.
Yeah.
And I see how she's brilliant now after divorce and everything.
Yeah.
She's on the top. How can women protect their self-esteem in world of filters?
A lot of men have started speaking about this now. The fact that they don't like all of this Botox and fake lips and fake boobs and everything like that. So this is evidence that women, we have perpetuated this bad cycle ourselves. You know, like, we're doing these things for men's attention, I assume. But in the actual reality, men don't like it. You know, there was a guy on social media and he said, like, it's scary when you look at a woman and her face doesn't move and she has no expression. It's scary. Yeah. You know, it's like psychopath tendencies when you have zero expression on your face. Lips. Big lips. It's like, yeah, you know, and it's in young women now, which I believe is quite sad. What type of young person doesn't like themselves enough that they need to start changing their face? You know, I believe that this is definitely a self-confidence, social conditioning, unrealistic expectations from, if your friends and family tell you that you're beautiful, then why would you feel the need to change anything, you know? No matter what the magazines are saying, I think a lot of these things start at home, unfortunately. So I like to work with kids and I like to work with parents. I like to work with mums on their confidence, because 20-year-olds now with Botox and fillers and nose jobs, you know, I really like, it pushes me more to want to work with mothers who have young daughters and be like, you know, give her as much love and confidence in herself as possible, so that by the time when she gets to her 20s, we don't have this situation, you know. So this is big work that I think we all need to contribute towards.
Was there ever a moment when you doubted yourself or wanted to give up? What helped keep going?
I did have a moment. So I started working on my health and nutrition, and I found out that I was lactose intolerant and gluten intolerant. So it was my birthday, and I told my best friend this, and she said to me, okay, I'm going to get you a cake. Anyway, she got me this cake. It was actually a grapefruit, and she put my candles on top. And I was like, as soon as I seen those candles on top of it was my 35th birthday.
Yeah.
I looked at them, and that is the moment when I kind of had a smack in the face, and I was like, I am not where I expected to be when I got to this age.
Okay, yeah.
I think that was a big smack in the face. I don't know what it was about the grapefruit or the candles, but I was like, oh my God. And since then, I took a real hard look in the mirror, and I was like, I intend to live a long, healthy life, right? And I would love to have kids. I'm 38 now. I'm going to be 39 soon. So I was like, at 35, I was like, I'm nowhere near these things that I'm hoping to achieve, or that I thought I would have achieved already.
Yeah.
So I was like, what needs to change immediately so that I can achieve those things that I wished for, that I set those goals, you know? So yeah, I would say that was the biggest aha moment for me. The biggest, like, wow, I need to, nobody's going to do it for me. Nobody's going to, you know, do those things. So that was a real wake up call for me.
Cool.
Yeah. I bought this. It's
matches your eyes.
Yeah. Cool. I love it. It's really soft.
Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Little sparkle.
Is it cotton? No?
I think so. Feel it. It's breathable.
Yeah, maybe linen, yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. Georgina, Blitz round.
Blitz round.
Yeah, you need to answer faster and don't think.
Yep, got it.
Okay, ready?
I'm good at this.
Confidence or beauty?
Confidence. Confidence is beauty.
Comfort zone or growth?
Growth, always.
Style or mindset?
Mindset.
Self-love or self-discipline?
Self-discipline is self-love.
The younger you or the current you?
Current me. Yeah, honestly, yeah. I'm the best version of myself right now.
It's nice. Much with that story about grapefruit.
Yeah.
So how can people work with you, and where can they find your confidence challenge and coaching programs?
I'm most active on Instagram. So I would say reach out to me on Instagram. That's the best place. Confidence image coach.
Okay.
Yeah, on Instagram.
I will put the links.
Okay, cool. The confidence challenge, currently I have it in a Facebook group. And then I also have my physical location, HairCare Cyprus, where I do a lot of my consultations and the color analysis as well. It's nice to do it in person.
It's in Paphos and Geraskip.
Yeah, Paphos, Hieroskip, yeah. Yeah.
Can you tell something to our friends and followers? You can look at this camera.
I wish that everybody realizes how amazing they are, honestly. Yeah, that is my wish. For people to just, like, look in the mirror and truly know and feel good, you know, because when we feel good, we put out really good energy. So it's really important. And we're all connected. So when you do the work for yourself, it has this beautiful ripple effect for us all. So yeah, there is nothing better than working on yourself, if not to help everybody else.
Thank you, Georgina, for a nice conversation.
Thank you. I really enjoyed it.